Welcome to my review of the Q3D Oneup 3D printer. I am Space and Robots. Let's get this started. Sorry, I'm a little bit off camera right now. So I want to start this by saying I really love the Oneup. And I think that's a side effect of the fact that it's my first 3D printer and I haven't got another one yet. I actually asked for one for Christmas, so hopefully we get that. This is December 23rd or 2nd. One of the two. 22nd. Yes. So hopefully I'll get that. And if I do, I will post an update to this about how much I like it at that point. That being said, it's a $200 3D printer. It's DIY. You can see my terrible electrical board over here. Close up for that for you. And you can see the printer itself skewed. There's an angle here and in my bed because the bed has to be level relative to the gantry, not relative to the ground. So that's a side effect of being built by hand and not in the factory. It doesn't come pre-assembled. It's a kit because it's $200. So yeah, and I've had this printer for 6 months, and just in the last week did I finally get the final bugs out. Yeah. Printer, when it comes, is a kit. I'll dig out some pictures of that for this video. And it took me, a seasoned robotics expert quotes, an FRC veteran, 16 hours to build and then another 32 to get running, with software and electrical bugs and stuff like that. And then it had mechanical artifacting for 5.8 out of 6 months. You can see that in this close up, and you can see it in the octopus and in the copper pyramid here. And finally, I got that artifacting out, and you can see that in this cube fractal and in the time lapse that I'm going to show you in a minute of the printer running. So it had artifacting for a long time. It had banding on the sides from Z-axis wobble, and the way around that was I finally got really sick of it and rebuilt the entire printer. Not the entire printer. I built everything from here up again. And that involved rebuilding this gantry, tightening everything after when I rebuilt it. I glued all of this together. I added cable management, filament feeder, Z-axis stabilizer, all sorts of stuff like that. That being said, it's very robust. I've only ever had 2 jams, filament jams ever, and I cleared those with a guitar string. Really easy. Due to my inexperience with printers, I broke the cooling fan during assembly originally, so I have an aftermarket one mounted here that just blows across the entire thing, which can lead to warping on really big parts, but it's been less so lately. Yeah, so make sure you don't break that when you start. I do get really great cooling now though, so I can do overhangs impressively, as you can see here. And it prints stuff really remarkably accurately and smoothly. Like this is, even though it has the line artifacting, it spins really well. See, so it's a good printer. I enjoy it. It's allowed me to realize a lot of my dreams. I do a lot of 3D modeling. You can see my maker coin here. I printed this earlier today. This is a very large version. I make it smaller usually. And I've actually designed a number of things. Some for just house stuff like this phone case, but also the camera mount that's you're currently watching from that holds my iPhone. And this magnifier stand, so I can get right up in there when I'm working close up on stuff. And I've made presents for my family for Christmas and all sorts of stuff like that. This phone case is actually for my brother. He's over there, so yeah. So yeah, printer is quite good. There's a number of flaws to it, as I've been saying. That being said, you get what you pay for. It's a $200 printer. It's an entry level. It's for learning what you want to do. And it's a kit, so it's not going to be perfect when you get it. You have to build it, and its quality depends on how good you are at that. Yeah, I actually gouged out a hole in the bottom of this. That's another issue. So the bed is flipped over. That's why this is here and this tape is here. The tape is my print surface. It's replaceable, which is nice because of the tape. Yeah. With that, why don't we show you how it prints? Time lapse. With that, here is that phone case. I'm going to decorate this up and wrap it for Christmas. Yeah. Currently, before I have my new printer and have experience on it, I want to say it's not the first printer I've ever used. My school has a Stratasys Uprint SE, which is really out of this thing's league. I mean, it's a $16,000 printer from a while ago, granted, but it's still very good and very reliable and very, very accurate. So it's kind of out of this thing's league, but for its price, I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. Could be better with the artifacting and then the robustness of the gantry and the fact that you have to build it yourself. So yeah, thank you for watching. This has been the review of the Q3D Oneup 3D printer. Oh, one more thing before I leave. A really big problem I have with this is the exposed electrical board. You have to wire mains voltages by hand, and they're all exposed. And it goes into and also the electronics have a reputation for being shoddy. The reviews for this printer included the power supply catching on fire. I've never had an issue with that. I have a fan here for cooling it, so that's all okay on mine, but be aware of it. So with that, thank you for watching. Have an excellent day, and we'll see you next time. Adios.